top of the day, everybody. It's 12:06 on the clock, the Hanging Man and the Lovers, and this is your read for today. I have a quick message I did from the Animal deck, not the Wild Unknown, but the Animal deck, and I'll show you the picture of that just now. And I have my 4-deck read with beautiful messages, as well as the 7-deck read on the table. We're going to roll the die and do oracles at the end, as we usually do. And let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths if you'd like to. If not, you can go ahead and skip on by, okay? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. You might want to imagine that white light coming into your crown, wrapping around your heart, and diffusing slowly out through your chest, your arms, your head, your legs, clearing out through your auric layers, out to your field, as far out as you'd like to go. If you want to go somewhere specific, you can do that as well. And this energy of sending the ethers back to source in order to transmute those energies as well. Pulling in, not just grounding to the earth, but grounding all of your parts, all of source energy around you into your body, as your body is the grounding mechanism. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to all of you. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's a beautiful rainy day here, but amazing energy. I was lying in bed about to go to sleep last night at like 1 o'clock, and then I just started seeing orbs. So I did a little reel on Instagram if you want to check it out. It actually ended up really beautiful. So check that out with a couple more pictures that I took. And let's get going here. We're going to roll the die and get right into these messages here. All right, Twin Flames. Today is December 11th, 2022, and I already posted there that I'm going to do a meditation tomorrow night at 11:11 East Coast. It's probably going to be somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes. It might go over an hour. We're going to go ahead and go around the United States and clear certain spots that I've been guided to, ending up at the Statue of Liberty with the message that I'd received so many years ago. Let's go ahead and roll the die. And by the way, it's about to turn 12:11, which is today. Okay, we have Libra here, so balance, truth, alignment. You also have number 4 here, which can be Aries, which is the opposite of Libra, the axis of Libra. And then we have Venus. And Venus came up yesterday too. So a lot of beauty and love. I'm getting here too the human naturally anchored to the earth at this point. Okay, so the 4 is stability, survival, but it's also the heart chakra, right? The grounding heart chakra, your physical heart. It just turned 12:11. So being really present in the now moment in your heart. With the 4 of building, stabilizing, right? Stabilizing is evening out the energies, stabilizing, which is very much coming up. You see how the 4 has the cross in it? And then the Venus has the cross in it as well. Again, that very much grounded to the earth, with alignment, truth, and balance here in Libra. And Libra and Aries axis being very significant here. They're both cardinal energies. And then Venus is Taurus and Libra again. So we're bringing in the North Node in Taurus along with the Libra Aries axis today, which is very beautiful, right? Because that's the initiation, the balance, and the trajectory of the North Node. And Taurus is fixed. Some of the stones that came up for me today were garnet. Let me see what else was coming up. Let me pull a card for you guys too. Moonstone was first, then fluorite. So this is fluorite. This is one stone, but it's one of my favorites, but it broke. But anyway, this is that fluorite energy. The moonstone, and then apophyllite also came up, which I'm not real familiar with, and then garnet for purification and detox. The bottom of the deck is tanzanite as well, ready to love again. So let me just pull one for you specifically, and then we'll get right into this other first message from my animal deck. I'm talking about my animal deck is this one here. It's more of a young energy here, kind of fun and playful there. So from the gem deck, the crystal angels, what is the stone that would be most helpful for my viewers today? And in general, actually. All right, guys. What is the stone most helpful here? We have tiger's eye. So that would be a very grounding energy as well. So self-confidence through God confidence. There you go. Knowing that you are that fractal of source. Pulling in all of the energies from all around you. Because remember, this came up as well, that Mother Nature isn't just the earth. It's everything, but that singularity is Mother Nature. So it's like the, again, as above, so below. If the masculine human is the everything down here, right, and the feminine is the nothingness, then up there, the singularity is coming in as the masculine and the everythingness as the feminine, everything else. But that tiger's eye, believe in yourself as believing in God working through you as that empty vessel. And look at that, beautiful pink energies. It's all about compassion. So rose quartz is coming up as well. And what a beautiful combination of energies, the tiger's eye and rose quartz, which actually is the color of my marble that I just took a picture of and put it on my Instagram. It was a beautiful shot of my tile in my shower. Actually, my dog came up in the, I never noticed it before. I noticed new pictures in the tile all the time. But there's a picture of Teddy. There's a picture of a butterfly, which Jenna always comes up as a butterfly. And on the next tile was another dog. So that was Teddy, and then our back neighbor that I always tell you about. And also then two people looking up, and togetherness came up. And that's the picture that I posted for you guys. So I just got stuck out of breath, so remember to breathe. So lots of compassion there, and then rubellite came up in the bottom. Passion and purpose is already existent in your underlying energy here. Your enthusiasm gives you energy, motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. So that's a great message, and look at the beautiful colors there. So much compassion and so much awakening here. This is so much that purple-white energy here of the crown. Okay, so this first message that I got from this morning, I just decided to pull from that animal deck. And let's see where I have that. All right, so here's this one. And I'll pull it up so you can see it. So the first, that pile is at the top there with the underlying energies. And you notice that the underlying energy here and the two first cards are all cats. And those were the three main energies. And then I just pulled out a few more to get a little bit of a storyline there for you. So I'm going to pull them up so you can see the pictures. So the cat's up top there. And then the next row. And then the last bit there. And you notice it ends with a cat as well. So there's a very significant energy there revolving around the cat. That can also represent the masculine coming in. So from this, the energy came up as that underlying energy was to expect a windfall, serendipity, or an offer. So this is just me paraphrasing. And then to trust your intuition were the first and second card. Trust your intuition after the rams butt heads, that all your life experience have prepared you for this moment of truth. So very profound with the 3 cats there. And then the rest of the cards were learning as you go. And again, I'm paraphrasing. Patience for the next phase, the end of career or relationship, a path with mixed feelings, time to learn something new, school perhaps, or a seminar or retreat, research, and the law of attraction, knowing that will come to you just by being in your raised vibration. Remember, after planning to drop back into your heart or ground, go within, to take a rest or nest, patience with merging views to balance, as deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet with the frog. Freet. Is that a word? Freet? I don't know. Chariot with boldly integrating polarities, ascending fast, assessing your worth and your next steps to take. But breathe, allow, be patient, and enjoy a moderate reward. Don't wait for the end of the path to enjoy yourself. Hermiting to light the way for others. And when you blend with your environment, you don't stand out. Or if too many choices are confusing, it's because you are past all of that and you're no longer resonating. Trust your signs and synchronicities and your knowing. An opportunity will then present itself at 1150, which is justice, truth, and balance, and the 50 of the ultimate emotional fulfillment. So that was your message just from this morning. And now we're going to go back to the 4-deck read here. Let's see what this says for you guys. Do I have that? Let me see if I have that. I think I have the video made. Anyway, like I said, check out that Instagram video of the orbs and actually the other pictures. There's some really beautiful messages there. All right, so here is the 4-deck read. All right, so we have Shaman Dreams up top, and then Metatron, Nature's Whispers, and then Journey of Love at the bottom this time. The underlying energies are to the left, 3 cards each, and then whatever cards I was guided to pull at the end. And you see there was none with the Nature's Whispers there at the end. So here are the messages. So remember, today's the 11th. Yesterday was the 10th when this was done. The 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and the day added up yesterday to the 28 of the Twin Flames. And so today is the 3 of Wands along with the 11 of Justice. So we're at that midpoint of going from Virgo to Libra. That's exactly midway. And all right, so the Shaman Dreams was pulled at 11:40, Metatron 41, Nature's Whispers 42, and Journey of Love 43. So all of these loving energies, the 40 of the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. You know, really beautiful, loving energy. And the 11 of alignment. And so the cards at the end of each pile came out to, well, actually 3103, but then I pulled another card for Metatron. I was guided to, it didn't initially come out, and then it needed to come out. So I had 3103 and 3203. So I looked them both up on Gematria to see what the difference was. And get these for these 2 numbers was really cool. So 3103 in Gematria, the first entry was, I will do anything for my wife. And then a pure heart writes pure word. So 3203 came up, the first one was somewhere over the rainbow. The second entry was, we both deserve each other, love each other's love limited. It was like a company of we both deserve each other's love. And then the third entry was January 24th. So there may be a significance there for January 24th. And it seems very loving right there. Remember, 24 is Omega and the Queen of Wands energy. So the underlying energy here for the 4 decks at 1154, which is again alignment, and the 54, which is the Page of Swords, that mercurial energy of Virgo and Gemini, but more Gemini here with the air sign energy. The underlying energies were 23, 42, 2, and 60, which is the King of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the High Priestess or higher self, and the 6 of Swords. So Fortune's wheel, or luck and right timing, with the King of Wands and the higher self together finding peace. To go with the flow on the whispering bench canoe with that earthy fire energy down the salt river. Remember, Mary Magdalene baptism is where the salt river meets the fresh river. With the higher self, the illumination of the butterflies who are free to fly to the dark side of the moon. And then Hollywood was coming up regarding that, and our young ones who need to explore and understand things for themselves, finding their independence. Riding the cosmic wave, the front of the Titanic, just like when they were up at the front of the Titanic, you know, flying together, except that the boat is 2 swans instead, like you are the ship. The 1207 here is the Hanging Man and the Chariot again. The underlying energy of the 4 of the cat ER pillar or caterpillar, so there's a cat coming up again, and the 24 of the Queen of Wands, Omega, and the galactic mushroom, and then 23 of the King of Wands, Fortune's wheel. So this is the first deck in the underlying energies. So, and from the words from these decks, it was coming up as the mother or Ma or the many masks will cater the pillar in a gala of Fortune's wheel. So someone might be going to a gala, a charity event perhaps, but it's connected with the mother or the many masks that we wear. And this could be a masquerade ball as well. Or the mother or many masks, and I'm getting like the mask, like Jim Carrey, will owe the cat pillar or gal acting like a child. Fortune's wheel or record. The 35 of the wounded warrior keeping to themselves, and the 56 hiding in the tree with their walls up. The 38 of the Queen of Cups with the many masks of imprisoning and release, of the emperor or his pie in the sky and not believing in themselves. An opportunity to unwind into the galactic mushroom, which is the 2, or the divine matrix, which is 2 vine, mother, 9 or 10, or perhaps 3 10s, and 9 or 10 is 19, and then 3 10s is 30, which is the sun in the union. Weaving the sun with 3 X's, or the abundance of the dance of the butterflies in the 0 point field. So you also notice if the X, you know, the one that flows like the sine wave, like that, is also 2 butterflies kissing, okay? So butterfly kisses and eyelashes kissing were coming up here as well. The purple moon, or in other words, the aura around the moon, is coming up here as the gold ray, because remember, the light around the moon is coming from the sun. The ring around the moon comes from the sun's reflection, shining a light on what's in the dark. Hiding in the walls is a perfect mask to be unseen, but a prison as well. When the emperor sees them, correcting the imbalance with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, healing his root to flower her crown. A wheeled machine, just like came up the other day with people sitting in a circle, is a wheeled machine, with the hole in the middle for the group to crown, the North Pole for the earth to crown, and peeling back the layers to see what lies beneath the surface. And again, the energy of the 10 of Pentacles with the imp in the treasure and the turtle being too slow to get there. At 1237, which is the Hanging Man and the King of Cups, are unconditional love, wisdom of unconditional love, or the 3 keys. The first card here is the 53 of the Stranger with curiosity, with a delivery of truth, with laser hands contemplating dipping into the spring, in the cave making waves, in a sewing circle, so to say, the 28 of the twin flames humbling by hollowing themselves, the student of life, the 22 in the fool's embrace, right? The fool is the open heart taking a leap, and here is that same energy going into child's pose, right, to take that leap of transmuting pain. In child's pose falling, the fly on the wall in the orange sphere. And then I was getting terrasphere. But then Therasphere came up because I worked in research at University of Penn Hospital, and one of the devices that was used was Therasphere, which is an embolic for cancer. So instead of giving chemotherapy, they would inject these microscopic radioactive glass microspheres, 20 to 30 micrometers, infused into arteries that feed the liver tumors and embolize at the same time while bathing in high levels of yttrium-90, which is yttrium-90 radiation. So that needed to come up. I'm not sure exactly what the message is there. Remember that someone who's receiving this kind of treatment, if they don't, they know that they're not going to survive liver cancer. So instead of getting radiated to the whole body, this is a specific way of targeting the therapy directly to the tumor as opposed to radiating the whole body. But again, the need to understand that we can heal ourselves as well. We don't even need to do that, but maybe we're getting there. I was also getting, I was talking to Teddy and I said special later, and special later was coming up. So I don't know if that's a specific word or that someone might know about that's coming up that I don't know. But special later was coming up as very significant for me, as a good word. So again, terrasphere. So the orange sphere here was coming up as the 4D Earth, as terrasphere. And again, pulling up from the red root of the 3D to the orange ray of the sacral chakra. And the energy here of the King of Wands with delivery to 28, or that energy of the Two of Wands of a choice of path and twin flame, in a leap of faith to the fool's journey. With 3 cards here, 18, 7, and 43, the Moon, the Chariot, and the 3 of Cups. With the Eagle Oracle and the purple moon rising above the fray about being radiated from within. The sacred covenant about to be unwritten. With the 18, remember the 1 is the leap from point to point, the arcing, and the 8 is the dance. So really the 1 is a C, or the other parenthesis, and the 8 is 4 of those coming together, right? The masculine and the feminine, both sides. The 1/8 of the 18 and the moon, and I always talk about the purple moon 0 point, or that aura around the moon, which is the reflection of the sun, equals the leap into the dance of the butterfly lashes, the broken seal and scroll, winding up. So the Dead Sea Scrolls came up. And when I first looked at the pictures of the Dead Sea Scrolls, when I looked them up, they looked like Teddy's dog bones. It was so weird. And again, there's that god-dog reference there. The Dead Sea Scrolls are also the Qumran Cave Scrolls, 1946 to 56, mandatory Palestine near Ien Feshka in the West Bank on the north shore of the Dead Sea. Considered the keystone or the oldest surviving manuscripts of the entire books, later etched in biblical canons and deuterocanonical or extra-biblical manuscripts. Of diversity of religions, thought in the late Second Temple Judaism and emergence of Christianity, and this is all just from Wikipedia, and Rabbinic Judaism. Most of the scrolls are held by Israel in the shrine of the book at the Israel Museum. But of course, the ownership is always being contested by Jordan and Palestine. And some scrolls are in Jordan at the Museum of Anar, or Anan, I'm not sure what that letter is. But they're made of papyrus and copper, mostly Hebrew, but also Aramaic, Greek, and Nabatean Aramaic. So March 16th, 2021 was the last news I saw, which had to do with a 6,000-year-old child found and the oldest complete basket in the world that was 10,500 years old, and dozens of new scroll fragments thought hidden by Jewish refugees during the Jewish revolt against Rome 1900 years ago. And of course, remember recently they found an 85,000-year-old whale in Taiwan. So back to the read at 124, which is the Magician, the Divine Masculine, and the Enlightenment or Omega of the 24, and the Queen of Wands. So July 18th was also coming up here right now, and the U.S. contact 43 was coming up again, perhaps Scorpio. Maybe it has something to do with Biden. I'm not sure. But what did come up on July 18th this year, 22, for the U.S., was from the globalsecurity.org, and it had to do with monies being handed out through the military. Navy Lockheed Martin Corp. Or Aeronautics Company, Fort Worth, Texas, were awarded. It was 224,875,729. The Army Threat Tech, the Yorktown Systems Group, JV LLC, also awarded money. Hampton, Virginia awarded 32 million and change in a modification. And then the Air Force, and this is just the header stuff, but all from this website, globalsecurity.org. The Air Force, Raytheon Company, Largo, Florida, awarded not to exceed 21 million and change, along with Conrad Shipyard LLC, Morgan City, Louisiana, and a company L3 Tech, which reminded me of the company that came up the other day with the 3 in it. L3 Tech, which is located, this is located in Camden, New Jersey. And the military sites that were benefiting from this were Pennsylvania, Florida, and Utah, and that was almost $15 million right there. CEC Production and Repairs. No, I'm sorry, and overall this was supposed to be like $379 million, about that. But another site came up, Mondak, MONDAQ.com, for any of you who like political updates. It's not a name that I'm sure most people would know about to go to. So if you're interested in political updates, you might want to check that out, MONDAQ.com. And then Eagle Contracts, Open to Overflow. So this was coming up from the cards. The eagle, which can represent the United States, contracts open to overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. So just showing how much money is going out from the military. At 135 is the Divine Masculine, the Magician, the 35 of the 9 of Wands, and the Wounded Warrior. The King of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the 2 of Wands, which is the Twin Flames, and the Fool. Also, the Moon, the Chariot, and the 3 of Cups came up there as the last 3 cards. So the King of Wands with delivery to the Twin Flame with an open heart and a leap of faith. Romantic travel and coming together. A lot of fire and Cancer here. With the underlying energy of the next deck at 137 of the Divine Masculine and Magician and the King of Cups. The 37 of 3 Keys and Unconditional Love. The 3 Keys of Alchemy. The underlying energy of the 47, which is again is that reference of the 4 to 7. The sweet spot, the heart to the crown. And remember the 4 is the leap of the 1 and the L of lambda, which is the lamb and the father. And that leap into the human existence. The 32 of the journey, the 3 of abundance and the abundant earth. The mother energy and the coming together. The 46 of the inner children, the 23 of the King of Wands, the 42 of the 2 of Cups. And the blessings here of the 4 to 7 journey. In the energetic exchange of the King of Swords with the Twin Flame, untying knots, And then the family blessings, 4 to 7, which is also synchronicity, seeing heaven in your eyes. The journey of orange to gold. So instead of red to the crown chakra, we're going from the sacral to beyond, right? To the gold of the tree of life, the collective awakening to abundance, the thanksgiving or thank God travel all around to clear family wounds and be the 46 of those beautiful loving children, the authentic child inside. And who are you today? The 23 of the King of Wands in duality, knocked off balance after poor eating habits of the holiday season and needing some time away or to be alone, perhaps in the salt river to cleanse, and rowing a canoe. And again, the canoe represents the whispering bench as well. So there's 2 references here for sure with the salt river, which can of course be Phoenix, but also the south of France where the salt and the fresh waters meet, and the Mary Magdalene baptism was to take place, which I actually experienced with Mercedes Kirkle, where I had one thunder roll when she baptized me at the end of the week. So that was very cool. The first energy here is the 13 of the transition to fly free in the sun, the 35 of the wounded warrior awakening their kundalini to release and hollow or humble themselves, like the rainbow streak from the sun, pointing northeast, but from the western sky, which actually, as I just spoke of Phoenix going to the south of France, very much is that northeast trajectory. Phoenix and northeast, and that could be northeast United States as well, and the release of the kundalini. And remember, we're tying France with this Statue of Liberty and the gift to the United States and at New York, and Philadelphia being the city of brotherly and sisterly love. From the desert cave to the Taj Mahal flooded and the Dead Sea Scrolls, and then from Phoenix, and the cave is coming up with the springs, to the Taj Mahal flooded and the Dead Sea Scrolls, and then from the Phoenix Salt River to the tri-state area or the south of France of abundance and connecting in the middle, twin to twin, hollow and humble students of life, and the wounded warrior with kundalini rising in a duel perhaps. Sticks and stones and bones in the fall versus rainbows and lasers in the spring. The 50 of the 10 of Cups with signs everywhere a sign for emotional fulfillment from spirit with love. The 2 of Cups transition through the wounded warrior and that victim path to the 10 of Cups of emotional fulfillment and that happy family. The 9 of the Hermit taking action and running with the shadow as the 38 Queen of Cups and her light body that activates them. The 156 of the masculine and the 2 of Swords again, the underlying energy of the 4 to 7 again, the heart to crown, that sweet spot of synchronicities in heaven in your eyes, those choices that you have, the things that you love, and the laughter of avatar children playing in the clouds and thunder rolls. The 40 of the Page of Cups to stop to show your support with the little girl fairies and the birds and the pets. The 43 of coming together in joy of the grounding in the winter. As one ship sails, a bird flies in and opens up as love matters. The 45 of purging and empowerment. And remember, there's a reset when you wake up in the morning as well as after you cry. It's like a reset of your creativity. Having overcome stormy seas, which then empowers you. The 15 of the shadow work and catching your breath, hugging a tree, remembering to ground when you're around a lot of other people, and in Capricorn especially. And then off to romantic dark moon travel in orange, don't you know? Grounding or guiding, or both, the daughters through initiation of facing their dark to see the light of their illumination. At 201 then, which is the feminine and the masculine, and the first card of the 49 of getting your wish, of self-satisfaction, in heightening your vitality with the 26 of the lion's heart, the Page of Wands, to be true to your own heart. The 36 of the Atlas energy with intuition here, the intuit connection, the twin towers of you and I in connection, which is also the Atlas here of the map of intent. Getting the wish of self-satisfaction, the Page of Wands inspired and excited by following their heart and their intuition, their bliss, their map of intent. Emotional happiness of self-love and following your heart to Atlas, the map to follow, your intuition and brain on fire. And then that was it. There were no cards at the end. You got this. You've been practicing. And kids are making plans for their independence so that you can get back to your intuition. At 204, which is the High Priestess and the 4 of the Emperor, the higher self and the Emperor, or the 4 of stability and grounding, of building. The 5 then of the freedom and change and expansion, the communal dance around the ego, and then ego was coming up. Right? So it's really the community dance around the egg. But don't let go of my ego is all about ego at the full moon. After the King of Wands began healing themselves and the higher self dealing with children and pets or perhaps their own creative projects. With change and freedom, the dance at New Year's Eve and the ball of New York Apple, which is the energy of capital N, capital Y for me is Christ, and then the 0 point field. And then, of course, New York is the apple, the big apple. So Christ 0 point, whispering bench, which is the C of New York City, and the symbols, of course, of I, heart, apple. I love apples. Blue apples references the south of France, and the olives, the special olives, which olive is O, live. Or O, live. O is the human embodiment of source, alive. Human lives, or live. That he professes his love to Lady Liberty at the Atlas, bubbling up from 9/11 Memorial to stage a performance of Ellis and Liberty, or L and L, or life lessons, and actually L and L came up today as well, where 2 right angles, or 2 rights, make a whole. The Y, the Holy Grail, the G rail, a 0 point field of dreams. With 5, 43, 70, 49, 36, and 60, the freedom of coming together in joy as the bride offers herself in the cyclone around the vortex, while in the background is a projection of the number 70 card, heaven, in 2x2s, or 72. The Ark of the Covenant in phased array, heaven sent, as she, the next initiate, the 49 of Lady Liberty, her coming out party, so to say, her wedding shower in diamond light, and Spirit's connecting with me, a surprise in the dance with self. The 36 of Atlas and the cosmic butterfly, the map of transformation as an initiate of peace, leading the Titanic twin swans in the dance of the swans and the swords, the wands and the words, and riding that cosmic wave. Ships ahoy, for Lady Liberty holds the beacon of Be Lighter, so she lights her flame at the altar of the Green Mile. If you made it to Ellis Island, and right at 222, I got a big connect right here, then you were heaven sent. You faced death and overcame. You touched, or you, I'm trying to figure out what word that is. It's not, I don't think it's touch. You touched down to Lady Liberty, or you traveled to Lady Liberty. All right, so this is coming to America, right? So you faced death and overcame. You traveled to Lady Liberty as a horse with no name. Humble Atlas with a map of intent, seeking Hercules or her harvest. Atlas and Hercules mountains with Rock of Gibraltar pointed to England on how to get to America, to us. The United States of being, multidimensionally sovereign and free to get stuck in the wall of a ship in the Philadelphia experiment. As long as you follow your bliss, God has your back the 6 of the lovers, and the 60 of source supporting that love. Be love, and Creator will always create with you. With the 6 of angel Jupiter, the angel of Jupiter awakening here as we're in Sagittarius, awakening the sleeping giant of Sagittarius, the seeker of knowledge, with a trajectory of laughter, getting through Capricorn, back up the hill to Aquarius, to play, because you know you only have to get through Pisces at that point to peek out and see the top of the world, the final key before descending downward again through the sine wave of the cycle. The sleeping giant aligns with the awakened lighthouse, both standing tall, meeting their match. At 28, the twin flames in the sacred convergence of 9/11 memorial, perhaps a hanger, which 9/11 references the hermit and justice, truth, balance, and alignment, but also that midway point at Virgo and Libra. At 233, the divine feminine or higher self, and the 33 of that Christ vibration and unity consciousness. In a stage by the water, and the 24 of the Queen of Wands, and Omega, the Om Ego, which is the feminine ego, at Om, and the spaces between thee and me and the worlds. There are no words at Omega, the suspended animation of Hieros Gamos and enlightenment. Easy breezy cover girl at the helm of the U.S. ship. And Ellis, the sleeping giant, who begins his serenade, his pursuit toward Lady Liberty, and the water or seas between their islands. Islands, or in other words, the land of I ams. I am cat. Do you like my hat? You are a bird, and you don't stand a chance. The 3 of the burning hero, and the 30 of towering magnificence, the 8 of the yin-yang lovers, as her hand is holding his blade point, as he tests the waters, dipping his point in the vortex. The abundant burning hero comes together with the mighty sentinels, as the ladies have lined up on one side, and the gentlemen line up here. The brides are on display as the grooms line up to admire them as they come together in the vortex. She is very flexible here, and he very pointed. His point is testing the waters, and her hand is generously guiding him. No need for being sharp here, as she bends over to make that clear. It's really funny the way they worded it here. Or at 244, which is the higher self, and again my higher self, and the divine feminine, and the 44 of the Atlas energy of Hercules, the social worker. And that was interesting too, because I just written Walk with Teddy right after that from yesterday, and my daughter just walked in with Teddy from a walk. That's pretty funny. And there's that energy too of coming back into Aries after Pisces. And we talked about the Libra-Aries axis today, as well as the Virgo Pisces axis comes up here as well as that center point. So that was the 4-deck read. And now we're going to go into the 7-deck, the twin flame read on the table. Okay, so let me get to that point. So the read on the table, here's the basic read with the SIRIAN Starseed deck. You see the lovers at the end. It never comes up at the end like that. And you see the 2 of Cups at the beginning and the underlying energy. And the world is in the middle. It's pretty profound energies there. And here is the complete read on the table with the 7 decks. All right. So this SIRIAN Starseed deck on the table for this read was cut and dealt at 628, which is the energy of the lovers, love, family, community, and the 28 of the twins, the Two of Wands, that choice of path. And then at 636, E lovers came up. So E being the one equal and congruent to lover. And the S of Sophia also coming up with the sine wave. And the Salt River was coming up as well. So salt, sine wave, and Sophia. I guess Teddy likes the salt. He actually is the one, he sine waves in front of me when I take him on the walk. He weaves back and forth in front of me. That was at 636, the lovers and the 36 of Atlas. So again, that map of intent of the E lovers and the S. And again, the one equal and congruent to lovers becomes then the sine wave of the two parentheses together. All right, the two C's, where the C is the Christ consciousness and the reflection of Christ consciousness, in the S of constantly clearing, right? So now the reason it becomes no karma is because it becomes instant karma. So anything negative comes right back to you, so there's no time for it to manifest into something more. I've finished clarifying at 6:53, which is the lovers and the Knight of Swords. And it's about to be 53 on the clock. So here we're getting very close to instant manifestation, as this is the second time this came up. The twin flame major arcana here were Ascension, which is the world I showed you right in the middle of the read. We have Guidance, which is the Hierophant, Justice, Reason, which is the Emperor, and the Lovers. After the read is Luna or the Moon, Abundance, which is the Empress. So we have both the Emperor and the Empress, but the Emperor is in the read, the Empress is after the read, and then the shadow along with the Empress there, and then the Hanging Man as well. There were 2 cups, 1 wand, and 3 pentacles. There were no swords in the main cards here. And the court cards here were Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles. And before the read was the King of Cups and the Page of Swords, that Mercury energy of that 54. And also the word Ture, T-U-R-E, came up with the numerology cards at the end there, which that literally means tour or phase, journey, landslide, the law. That could be the law of attraction coming up as well, because that came up earlier. To forge, trip, round, again, the wheel, the functional wheel of the circle. And the T-U-R-E is coming up from nature, so nature being very significant here, allowing things to happen naturally, and the balance of nature. So the messages that came up here, besides the numbers, that with the numbers, it was just 44 was the only double number. Again, 44 is Hercules, and the 4 of Cups, of grounding, integrating, and mastering, how to receive love. And remember, Hercules is her harvest, the 44. And in the numerology book, The Divine Triangle, 44 is very related to Edgar Cayce. It was his destiny number. 44 is my life lesson number. So the 44 has to do with learning how to master every aspect of your life, right? Being present in every moment. And then we have the 23 here as well, the King of Wands, the 10 of the destiny and high vibration, which is also the leap from source into the human. And then we have also the 34 of the energetic exchange, the arrows of love of the 8 of Wands, the 45 of the purge to empower yourself, because there's always a reset after the cry, and then the 57 of the 3 of Swords of the separation, but also the healing, the forgiveness, and the apology, and then the 710 of 0 backing up the 71 of co-creation for me, the 3 of Pentacles. So the code line here, all about nature, and the number being 33 from 23 and 10, which is the King of Wands and destiny. And it's very much referencing the trill of never being still, right? The 2 and the 3 vibrate back and forth. You can get to the 33, but it doesn't stay at the 33. It'll go back to the 2-3 or the 3-4. That trilling between the odd and the even, the dark and the white, the polarity. The 1-0 trill of source energy leaping into the human. And the code line here is all about the masculine and the feminine dance. the Monday through Friday. You notice they're both the masculine and feminine. Monday through Friday is paralleling there, where the M is co-creation and the F is the digamma wave, the ray. But both saying the same thing. The M is the two IMs creating, and the F is the two gamma rays coming together or aligning in a sudden event, or to see, again, the F of digamma of the twin flames, the 2-3, and the divinity as the 10 of flames, the 10 of wands, which is the Atlas energy of the weight of the world, carrying that weight. And again, Hercules as her harvest. Remember, Hercules takes over for Atlas to give him a break. The seeker of sea, which is the whispering bench, and also the Christ unity consciousness of being connected with your higher self. And then the ER of the urgency. And remember that to say emergency is to say something's emerging, right? The emergence of the new era, the emergence of the new light, the emergence of a higher vibration that happens naturally with nature on your journey or your tour. The masculine and the feminine, again, the M to F, or the Monday through Friday, the co-creation and the digamma or twin rays. Remember, the two-eyed needle of the push and pull of the twin flame energy is quantum energy. The sudden event of digamma and the 23 of the King of Wands, and divas are definitely coming up here. So the King of Wands could be coming up as a diva, or literally dealing with 23 divas, or 2 to 3, which can be the High Priestess and the Empress, or the Higher Self and the Empress, which is also abundance and the Mother, the Higher Self of the Mother, dealing with a burden or a lot of work. And the seeker of a seer. So again, the student of your third eye. So MF, which also could be someone cursing at someone, the M, mother, you know what. So the MF, the masculine feminine, the Monday through Friday, and that is to say, the 23 divas of the 10 of Wands, Atlas, and the Page of Cups, seeker of Christ, that innocent, pure innocent love, on the urgent trip, right? What a long, strange trip it's been. And the wild goat was coming up with that as well. And that tripping could be coming up. Maybe people are doing ayahuasca or something right here. But the natural laws are coming up here. To fly, the flight of the butterflies, the dance of the butterflies, and the wild goat. The MF, besides the mother F, is medium frequency, myelofibrosis, and mezzo forte, which is staying in the middle, right? It's not too loud, not too soft. It's like the middle bear, right? Just right. And then the energy of the medium sound, to see the reflection. Remember, the reflection is the middle between the expansion and contraction, or staying in the middle, reflecting. The digamma, strong box or safe place. The 2 to 3 divided as Atlas. The divine feminine, and the 3rd of the mother, which is the earth, divided as Atlas, or broken up on a map, in the seeking of the sea, of the whispering bench, of your emotions and your sight, your vision, of an urgent nature, emergent nature, the co-creation of the twin rays, safe to the Empress, Diva, which can represent the planet, with the weight of the world, and the seeker of the lands. And again, the humans, mapping out their intent on the globe. The world, the ground, the land, the skies, and the heavens. So again, Mother Nature isn't just the globe, it's the skies and the heavens and the outer realms. To become shape, image, figure, manner, imagination. And so nature and imagination were going hand in hand right here. The masculine and the feminine, and that is to say, the higher self and the Empress, or together, is the King of Wands. So again, the King of Wands and the Empress, because they are each other's higher self. The Divas with a lot of responsibilities, with the Page or Child with heaven in their eyes, and imaginative nature to become the tree or find the land. And right before this, I had posted yesterday again, was Love of My Life had come up, and the Lamb to Leap. The Lamb of the sheep and the Jesus energy and the Father. The leap from the Father to the human. And don't forget about Mother Nature that's all around you. Right? Up, down, and all around is very much the energy coming up here. At 7:42 is the 7 of the Chariot and the 42 of the 2 of Cups. The Chariot being the feminine within the masculine, ascending as the 2. And then the time was 42, but we started out with the 2 of Cups, but it was reversed in the underlying energies here. Below that King of Cups, right here, I'm going to push this over a little bit so you can see there. So the underlying energy here was that 2 of Cups reversed with the mini cards on top. And below that 2 of Cups is the King of Cups reversed, the 4 of Cups upright, the 7 of Pentacles upright, the Page of Swords reversed, and the 4 of Wands, which is the home. The King of Cups reversed may be bored of reaping rewards, or bored of the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower without a word. Perhaps bored of lying at home and disconnect with a partner, where the worst is over of suffering in silence, or being stressed out, or perhaps a sister, or not sleeping, purging stress, and split, divide, or suddenly not sharing, or the inequity of this. With the Justice card upright and the Queen of Swords upright as well, which also could be a Libra, Lady of Light, right? Someone who's very fair and balanced, the Lady of Light welcoming you to the United States. Grounding, integrating, and mastering the Knight of Pentacles reversed, or their brokenness, their inability to function when their emotions are at play. The material draping under a tree, which I didn't even think of Christmas, but this is a Christmas tree. Material draping under a tree, and the lazy boy, I didn't notice that either. So like they're describing the room at Christmas, right? Material draping under a tree, the lazy boy ignoring the kindness of others, or afraid to move on. And then I was getting around me, I don't know if it was the TV or the radio, or somebody said, "You are such a burden," right when I wrote that. Someone's afraid to move on. Someone might be telling them that they're such a burden as well. And then Pinnocchio came up. So I watched Pinnocchio the other night, which was so sweet. And again, it's about becoming that real live boy. Not a real live boy. The crowning truth, right? Because you're not real unless you have a heart, just like the Tin Man. The 3 of Cups in coming together to visit the disabled. Or the Queen of Swords talking to the Tree of Life, or the Tree of Like, about a coward, or the Cowardly Lion, or talking to the Judge, right, who may be the Scarecrow, on behalf of the boy or the child, and needing to be brave. So they're paralleling Pinnocchio to Dorothy. The King Spirit's connecting with me. The King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Wands upright, awake to falling out in the past, with the, because remember, like Pinocchio is like the Scarecrow, is Dorothy's best friend. The Queen of Wands upright, split or divided about the Knight of Swords rushing in to the Hierophant, walking away and within, to the mountains and seeing synchronicities and lots of choices, heaven in their eyes and keeping it all for themselves, a hostage of their own home. So remember, this is very significant with Pinnocchio, right? He was like the Scarecrow, right? Scaring people away, you know? People didn't understand, how could a piece of wood be alive, right? And so we need to get him out. He was an outcast. So taking a gamble on the unknown, with little savings or getting paid under the table, floating the gold coin, the Christ consciousness, imprisoned by materials, or weaving fabric or plants. And again, that references, you know, dressing the tree, making popcorn strands, and putting the lights on the tree. Perhaps the Queen of Wands lied to the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords lashed out at the Hierophant or in a marriage, or walked away to greener pastures with Scrooge imprisoning them and forced them to slave for them instead. So this is all about Pinocchio, right? He went from one bad situation to another after leaving home. At 8:11, right? And wanting, he left because he thought he knew what was best for his father. But that wasn't the truth, was it? His father knows what's best for his father. So we shouldn't be making decisions for other people. And again, sacrificing for no reason. At 8:11 is the dance of the 11 of alignment and truth and balance and manifesting your dreams. And the Page of Swords reversed lied at home and then ran away only to find themselves stuck. So that's funny too, because when I was 10 and my mom asked me to watch the steak in the oven, I forgot and it got burned, and so I got tortured during dinner as everyone was eating their burned steak and making jokes about me at the table. So I got them back and I ran away to my gymnastics practice 5 miles away at 10 years old. So it's reminding me of that. So the Page of Swords reversed lied at home and ran away only to find themselves stuck. This could be the one, and beneath that was retreat. And the Two of Wands reversed without a choice, with no date or no going out to eat. The Nine of Wands reversed surrenders or gives up to the Ten of Cups upright, the emotional fulfillment, perhaps going crazy or coming out to the Page of Cups, the innocent one, unable to express their feelings. There's no flirtation and no pity party anymore. There's no longer your codependent partner there waiting to listen to all your woes. The woman with the ankle bracelets and the expensive bowl of fruit and posh materials, while the hermit loses circulation in their legs, sending them out as the errand boy and unable to stand up for themselves. And again, there's Pinocchio, right? He's got these weeby legs. It's very hard for him to stand up for himself. The Ten of Cups of treating them like a child on punishment, or child refusing to take orders. With domestic harmony and the 46 of the inner children loving each other, and beneath that, the individuality of the 11 of justice, truth, and balance, and alignment of the divide and conquer and the coming together in duality, right? To be together and then needing time apart with space, right? To learn to appreciate each other. The Knight of Swords reversed, lashing out at the hermit with wise advice or coming together to stand up for each other. The Knight of Cups reversed fell into the hands of the devil, rejected, jealous, unloving one, the fallen angel with lobster claws or devil on fire, rejected at home, or the Knight of Swords reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed. Both were being little devils or fallen angels, with the devil standing over them. Or Sagittarius reversed and Capricorn upright, or perhaps when we change from Saggy to Capricorn at Christmas, in the disconnect or distance from home, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, unable to go on. And then the Page of Cups shows up with an offer of love or just a sweet little message at 8:33 in the dance of that Christ energy of standing up for oneself, with the 46 of standing up for yourself in love, to tell someone that you love them at Christmas in domestic harmony. The peaceful travel to truth within the higher self by opening the heart is the release from the prison. At 8:34, which is the dance of the 34 and the energetic exchange, and also the Empress and the Emperor, the issues at work with karmic wheel, the justice in detoxing and grieving a loss or regret, in need of a vacation or some energy or sunshine, in need of a child to make them laugh or a pet, or withholding the past at night, or in romance, manifesting a message of love in an upside down world, or to get closure, and for the Divine Feminine in 5D coming out to the King of Wands upright. Perhaps Cancer upright, Gemini or Virgo reversed here, and Pisces reversed as well. I think Virgo was upright here as well. In the recent past is Justice upright, and taking a load off and coming clean, weakened by an offer of love and energetic exchange of romance, or the dogs are out, and who let them out? The wolves are howling and bringing good news To the Knight of Swords, who may be dead tired of manifesting and detoxing the King of Cups reversed with conditions of love, and standing up to the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community of dysfunction or loss, and calling out the disconnect or the distance, or the not seeing eye to eye or face to face, or their lack of partner. The Knight of Wands reversed falling short of a lover, where there's no coming together with the Queen of Pentacles, up all night or awakening and coming out. The foundation is the guidance of the Hierophant, of the Page of Pentacles reversed, who may be frustrated. Yep, the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles here is in need of help, right? Or maybe they're being an opportunist here, right? The kid trying to get everyone else to do things for them. But also there's frustration, a lack of inspiration for this child, or childish energy. They're frustrated with the choices they have to make, right? Pinnocchio was new and they didn't know how to make these choices. So they kept learning lessons. You know, we have a cricket friend and other friends around them to help them along the way, but feeling overworked and kept awake by the Emperor reversed, or the Page of Pentacles reversed may be a Taurus in need of help or inspiration, with the Emperor reversed, who may be poo-pooing everything they like, maybe not working out, wising up to the Emperor reversed and their control of them. And again, the people controlling the puppet. With Taurus upright and Capricorn or Pisces reversed and Aries reversed, the central energy of the Ascension reversed, or the upside down world, and the need to complete and come home to Hermit. With Libra or Justice challenging Pisces reversed, or the Divine Feminine in 5D, with Virgo, Scorpio, and Capricorn reversed, but Gemini or the twins upright here, the world battling with X or on a quest. And the X also represents the feminine. The challenge being the Ten of Wands, the Atlas energy of dumping a load or descending along with the wounded warrior instead of walking on without the victim mentality, allowing themselves to be pulled down by the wounded warrior and their perhaps vampiring energy. Victorious Empress upright, or Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunctional family, business, or community. Battling with the Knight of Wands reversed player, or someone who's paralyzed by their passions or falling short on energy. The Knight of Wands reversed player with hostage of their own imprisonment, or their own imprisonment here. The Page of Swords reversed, without a leg to stand on, as Pinnocchio kept getting things chopped off or burned off. Only confession after getting caught. And remember, he's Pinnocchio. His nose grows and grows. But then he finds out he's got a purpose in life, because when his nose grows, it offers them a way out. Finding peace, having sex outside, or with all business partnership not working out, and sudden jealous rage of the patient angel, the King of Cups reversed, and the King of Swords reversed, and the Emperor reversed, and no choice with the Queen of Cups reversed, Scorpio, or Scorpio in their chart, or never-ending story of jealousy issues. We had Scorpio upright and reversed, as well as Sag upright and Aries reversed, so a lot of fire and Scorpio jealous energy there. And now here, and that could be a powerful tower as well, the Page of Cups is here with an open heart, sharing with the Page of Swords. Libra, Capricorn, or injustice with the devil themselves. The Page of Cups reaping rewards of the Empress's affections, or the mother, and sharing with lover or Gemini. The Page of Swords sharing or settling out with the Page of Cups without a choice at present, or without any presence, or not knowing what to get them. The Page of Cups offering their heart to the Queen of Pentacles, or mother-daughter here with news about not coming together. Perhaps there's 3 generations here. Perhaps they can't come with issues at work, or with no work and no money to get there, or feeling castrated trying to mark their territory, with Capricorn devil and Scorpio jealous rage here. The Queen of Pentacles with clarity about awakening in the world upside down. The Divine Feminine in the 5D, or Pisces with work issues, and needing to complete something here, a big cycle. At 10-4, which is message received, the energy of the devil and the angel out in the cold together, right? The duality and merging and making it work. The Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Swords reversed and the King of Swords reversed. That could be a father and two children as well. In a falling out or bad memories of foolish behavior, in a marriage, or embarrassed in front of a religious leader or fallen leader or establishment, or Taurus withholding or playing hardball, and the Wounded Warrior reversed surrendering to make a bold move or take off or travel. Or the King of Swords reversed with two kids, the Page of Wands and Page of Swords, both reversed, all three, perhaps making a farce of a marriage and hoarding time, money, and energy from the Wounded Warrior reversed until they surrender. It's like, twisting their arm until they give up and move. The King of Cups reversed, the King of Swords reversed, and the Emperor reversed, which can be energies of Scorpio, Capricorn, and Sagittarius here. The Queen of Wands, High Priestess, Pisces, or with their sister. And soon here is the King of Pentacles reversed, depressed in a downturn with third party, or arrogant twist of fate, with bad influences at work, or issues with the Queen of Cups reversed, or jealousies, dissatisfied out in the cold, and no longer liking the situation, or grieving the loss or regret of getting someone to feel sorry for them. The King of Pentacles reversed, receiving good news from the Empress with the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Family, business, or community who may be experiencing a loss or regret here, or some kind of dysfunction with money, or they're using their use of time, money, and energy. With Aquarius reversed and Libra reversed, not coming together, nor at work with the Queen of Cups reversed, unhappy alone and left behind with no regrets, or overtime, or just not working out, finding peace, sharing, or settling out. The Twin Flames, and that could be being charitable and offering to work on the holidays so that other people can be home with their families. The Twin Flames seeing themselves as the Three of Pentacles reversed, perhaps not working, or issues at work, third party through work, or things just not working out with this, drained or got burned by the Page of Cups offering love, perhaps deciding to travel to the Ten of Cups family instead, or with the King of Pentacles reversed hanging over their head. King of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Pentacles upright. He may be hoarding, even though he's the King of Pentacles. Maybe he lost money or time and energy, or maybe he's just being greedy. But he's coming up hoarding while the Knight of Cups is upright, offering love elsewhere. Or the King of Pentacles reversed is not wanting to spend, or just wants to keep to themselves because they did experience a loss and they're just trying to save, so they don't want to put out for a big dinner or something like that. So the Knight of Cups is upright at 1019 here, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 19 of the Sun. The Page of Cups, so the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups may be going somewhere else instead of with the King of Pentacles. So children are coming up here as affecting your love life as well as finances and career, but also flirt and separation, right? So, and that can be, not being with your children this year for the holidays. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Reason or the Emperor reversed, which is an unreasonable man, or someone who's finds no reason to still be the Emperor, so stepping down, either out of control, abusing their power, or stepping down out of power. Perhaps they're retiring, with the Queen of Wands upright and the Sovereign, perhaps being patient angels, post-war or virus, or patients who invited them over for dinner, perhaps. And I was just getting the Muppet Christmas Carol. And actually this show, what was the show I was watching? Like, I Hate Christmas? It was actually a really cute show. And she ended up inviting all these people over to her parents for the holiday. The block here is the Page of Pentacles reversed with no curiosity about the High Priestess or higher self. Or perhaps there's no curiosity about their aide, the nurse, or their sister. The Secret Keeper or the Psychic, perhaps. Or the High Priestess or higher self is uninvited, but also uninterested in the invitation and sending their regrets. So it can go both ways. The Eight of Pentacles reversed maybe not working out and finding peace, settling out, or with sharing issues about their work, third parties, or bad influences. Or both the King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, with nowhere to go for the holidays and no room at the inn This is where nature pops in, right? The nature's balance and the 74 of that sweet spot, and coming back down a little bit to the heart. Being natural and just wanting a peaceful night, making love perhaps, without the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, who are really no picnic here. With the Lovers or Gemini and the King of Wands walking away and within, or taking a walk into that good night, or lovers stroll in the moonlight, post-war, virus, or event, with the Empress upright and the Devil reversed, along with the Hangman reversed, awakening here, detoxing, and seeing the light, with affections with the High Priestess or Higher Self, perhaps holding keys over the Emperor's head, with the King of Cups reversed and the King of Swords reversed on one side, with no choice, and the Queen of Cups, Scorpio perhaps energies, holding keys over the Emperor's head on the other side, or just being the Queen of Cups with Scorpio in their chart on the other side. So these negative masculines on one side of the Emperor, and the Queen of Cups either whining or complaining or manipulating on the other. Perhaps the King of Swords reversed is embarrassed by their kid's behavior in front of the Hierophant, and then withholding or giving up and leaving, or driving then to see the Empress instead. So perhaps going to one parent's house and then not liking it there and deciding to go to the other parent's house, or perhaps grandparents. At 1034, which is the destiny of the 34 or energetic exchange, detoxing the ego and or awake or awakening, healing after a fall, or perhaps with forgiveness and dropping the act or juggling, breaking patterns and waking up. With the Page of Swords reversed, home and disconnect or distance, perhaps in negative self-talk or just no word. With the Hierophant or guidance, Taurus with issues at work, with the Emperor reversed, or married to the work. Justice of the world upside down, or the needing of closure here to come full circle and almost there, with the Divine Feminine, the 5D, challenged by dumping a load, a burden, or all their responsibilities. The King of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Cups upright with an open heart, or a message of love to lover, twin, or Gemini romance, or at night, post-war, no longer trying to stretch from frog to prince, with the Empress detoxing their ego, or whose bright idea was this anyway, dropping the ball or apologizing and falling flat on their face, or admitting they messed up and detoxing their ego at 1040, which is funny because 10:4 came up earlier, message received, and this is a message of love with the Page of Cups in high vibration. The King of Cups reversed, bored or of being an island to themselves, and the Divine Feminine's heart in the E Tower, with the Page of Swords reversed, home, or no message from a distance, or not seeing eye to eye, perhaps needing guidance with problems at work, with the Emperor reversed, being controlling, or leaving. In disconnect or at a distance with Justice of Libra, or the Devil on Fire, or Capricorn here, home with guidance, or Taurus, and Pisces reversed, or Page of Cups, which is very sweet, loving energy, or Libra and Taurus not seeing eye to eye, with the world upside down and Divine Feminine in 5D, or needing closure here to the cycle and challenged by dumping their responsibilities, with the Page of Cups upright and message of love, and issues at work with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Emperor reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed, which could be, it could be a message of comes out, that somebody needs help, or that can be a child who's acting like their parent or grandparent here with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Emperor reversed, acting like that opportunist, except it really comes off badly from a child who's got no experience, right? Mimicking their parent or grandparent. So it could be 3 generations here as well. So there's 3 generations of feminines earlier, and now this could be 3 generations of men, or this could also be father and son coming together to make amends, with the Page of Cups, maybe the only one here showing affection at night post-war, with the Empress upright, perhaps with Capricorn in their chart, or in detoxing of the awakening after healing and being juggled, right? And this could be making peace with a parent here. And this could be a child who mediates, right? Because they're the only ones with that loving heart energy. And this was at 1047. We end at the 47 again of the heart to the crown. The King of Cups reversed, grounding, integrating, and mastering the Divine Feminine's heart, perhaps in negative self-talk at home or at a distance. With Libra, Taurus, Cancer, and Gemini all upright, Pisces, Aries, and Capricorn reversed here. We have the King of Cups, Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Emperor all reversed. The only ones upright here are the Empress and the Page of Cups. Or spending the holiday at two separate families this year. Water signs maybe with Taurus and Capricorn reversed, and then the King of Cups reversed could be standing up to their dysfunctional family, and or with the Page of Swords reversed, or their own negative self-talk. That could be a child with a mouth, or someone spreading rumors as well, or lying. Perhaps, and again, Pinnocchio lying, it could be a child lying here. Perhaps men hanging out together this year instead of being with the women, right, in a split. With the Emperor reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Could be 3 generations of men right there. And Page doesn't have to be a man, but it could be. So, and right at the end there, my left ear popped. So it's like that feeling of your ear popping on a plane, but there's no discomfort. It's just the sound of it. It's really weird. And then my right ear at the same time was a high pitch. So I got a pop and white noise, or more of a hum on the left. And then on the right side was a high pitch. It was like they were balancing each other. It was very interesting. Okay, I hope you like that message. As we go to 1/21/21. So there's completion for you. And it's 1:27 on the clock, which is the Divine Masculine, the Magician, and the 27 of the Ace of Wands. And so let's pull. I'm going to pull from that animal deck that I pulled earlier. Let's see what we got for you. All right, what is our winding up energy here overall? Look at that, awakening. The number 12, and that's tomorrow, is the 12 of the awakening. And don't forget, I'm doing the meditation at 11:11 p.m. Eastern time. And there's the 12 of the Hanging Man, seeing new perspectives, and the giraffe. And perhaps Jeffrey the giraffe of Toys R Us Kids. There's a butterfly there too. And he's like the Hanging Man, right? Seeing things in another way. Look at things in a different way, and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. The bottom of the deck here. Oh, look what's next to the Queen of Summer and the Swan. This is a time of deep emotions and heightened intuition that you can trust completely. Be mindful that you don't ignore your own needs while caring for others. And again, that energy of children here. So hanging out with the Swan and the Queen of Summer would be Wands. So the Queen of Wands, and again, she's crowning, right, with the Omega. And the child hanging out, seeing new perspectives, which very much can represent the masculine Pinnocchio child and the mother Swan, as I'm losing my voice a little bit, right, because the Queen of Wands there is ego there, right? She's crowning herself. So seeing new perspectives, and this could be also the masculine seeing the feminine in a whole new way. The bottom of the deck here is the King of Summer. So we got the King and Queen of Summer here. Here's the Penguin. Warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful, with 4 little penguins there. And that could be 2 and 2 from 2 separate families perhaps, and coming together. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise or compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. All right, so that's your underlying energy of the King of Wands, King of Summer. I want to say King of Cups because it looks like King of Cups to me. So whatever resonates for you from this deck, I believe it's supposed to be Wands, but this definitely could be Cups as well. I mean, Wand, yeah. Cups or Wands, whichever resonates with you. So the King of Summer and the Queen of Summer. She is compassionate, loving, giving, and psychic. Okay, and again, this is a time of deep emotions and heightened intuition and the energy of looking at things in a different way. And there's also a butterfly here, which can be a daughter energy. And maybe the daughter is helping them to understand this. And just the next 3 cards came out too, just a quick peek. The 8 of Winter, which is like the 8 of Swords and being released from the prison. And the bunting here. I'll let you read it yourself if you'd like to. I'll clarify it a little bit. And then with that is the 9 of Summer, which is the 9 of Wands, I believe. And unless the Spring is Wands, I don't know in this deck. But whatever energy you're getting from that. But again, this energy of the 3 birds here and the 1 being freed over here. And they're talking about it. These 2 are together. And this is the 3rd. And again, that reference of freeing yourself from that prison. The 9 of Summer, of letting your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's yet to come. So again, the energy of someone playing with their toys. It's just like Teddy with his toys all over the place. And then the 2 of Spring of the pelicans coming together. There's 2 in this card. Okay. And that's your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. Which could be you partnering up. So see how that goes. Here we go. There's the pelican. And the pelican was one of the past lives that I saw. And it was very sweet and humorous and very joyful. It was very content, is what I want to say. So somebody's coming in for a landing here. Beautiful energy. So we had the swan life. Both my swan lives and my pelican lives that I saw were both the most beautiful, peaceful, balanced energies. So there's a really nice energy here along with the penguins here. And you notice they're all birds. So all cats came up earlier and then all birds. So there's the masculine and the feminine again. I didn't plan that. Okay, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. So remember your water, your sleep, your joy, your nature, to follow your guidance and just enjoy yourself. Yeah. Your spiritual practice of really coming back to the self. It's 1:33 on the clock. Rise and be love. I'll see you guys soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.